Gardens are supposed to bring life. They grow with sunlight, warmth, care. But the one behind my house, it only grows when the world is asleep. Every night, something changes that the plants move, the soil shifts. And lately, it's been growing things that aren't plants anymore. I moved into the house 3 months ago that it was old, quiet, surrounded by farmland and forests. The real estate agent had mentioned the beautiful back garden, but when I first saw it, it was nothing more than overgrown weeds and dead trees. Still, I loved it. Every morning, I'd look out the kitchen window and plan how I'd bring it back to life. Then, one morning, I noticed something strange. A small sprout had appeared overnight, a tall, thin vine, glistening with dew. I hadn't planted anything yet. The next night, I left my curtains open just to watch. The garden began to move. I thought it was a trick of the moonlight, until I saw the vines shifting upward, crawling along the fence, winding around the trees. The sound they made was like whispering fabric. By morning, there were flowers, enormous, dark red blooms that hadn't existed the day before. Their scent was intoxicating, heavy, sweet, almost like blood and perfume mixed together. When I touched one, it pulsed beneath my fingers. I started digging that afternoon, trying to find what was feeding the plants. The roots ran deep, too deep. I found bones, the small ones at first, then larger. A jawbone, cracked and stained, a child's toy buried beside it. My stomach twisted. The garden wasn't dead when I moved in that IT was sleeping. I covered the hole and called the local police. They came, took notes, said it was probably animal remains. But that night, the flowers bloomed again, and one of them was clutching the toy I'd unearthed, tangled in its vines. The next evening, an old woman from down the road came by. She didn't even knock properly, just stood there, soaked in the rain, clutching a rosary. "You found the garden," she said. I asked her what she meant. Her eyes darted past me to the window. "You should have never moved that soil." "What happened here?" I asked. She whispered, "That land used to be a cemetery that they built a house right over it. The roots feed on what's buried below." "Don't water it," she warned. "Don't touch it, don't watch it grow." Then she left, muttering prayers into the storm. That night, I couldn't resist. I stood at the window at 2 a.m. again, watching the vines move like veins beneath the soil. A shape began to form. Not a flower, a figure, something humanoid, slowly rising from the dirt. Its body was made of twisted roots and petals, that its head hung low, dripping with sap. It turned toward the window and smiled, a mouth opening across its face like a splitting stem. I stumbled back, but when I looked again, the garden was still. The next morning, footprints led from the soil to my back door. I've stopped sleeping since then. Every night, I hear movement outside, the vines tapping against my window, the soil shifting. I locked the door to the backyard, that boarded up the windows, that burned the flowers. But they keep coming back, growing through the cracks in the floor, that reaching for my feet when I pass by. They whisper when I try to sleep, "You fed us." The smell of earth is everywhere now, damp, sweet, heavy, and every morning, when I wake up, there's dirt beneath my nails. I think the garden's growing inside me now.